35-0 victory over New London at New London. Coach, the season continues to progress in a way that I'm sure you're pleased with. Talk a little bit about, after the big win last week against Wyndham, the message you gave your kids to keep them up for a game like this.
Well, that was the thing. That was our first time, having like a real big momentous win in a long time. So our staff had to make sure that these kids did not think that was the end of the season, right? We have a lot of football left to play against two high-quality opponents, two rivals. And so they understood that from the get-go. I think right after that game was over on Friday, they understood what was at stake, and they did a tremendous job this week. Senior leadership, coaches, everybody was on board. They knew what to do.
I think when people think of your team, obviously James Green, stands out. But I want to talk a little bit about your senior quarterback, because I think that Jackson Polton does things on the field that probably go unnoticed by a lot of people, including total command of his offense, patience, and some of those wide pitches that he threw to Jacob Lenz are really not easy to execute. Just talk a little bit about your senior quarterback.
No, I'm really glad you said that, because the numbers aren't always there, but to operate this offense after not having any reps like last year at all, at the way he's operating it is such a blessing for us. It's a very challenging offense. Things are moving fast. Things are inconsistent, and you nail it on the head. He does things that you don't notice. It's not in the box score, but as far as value goes, there's really no one more valuable than him to our offensive success. So I'm glad you guys noticed it too.
I do, and I also noticed that the patience involved, waiting for the back judge, getting the clock to wind down, but your offensive line staying focused, able to stay in their position. You guys, you don't jump. Very few flags. This is a disciplined team on both sides of the ball. From the start of the season to now, and where you want to finish, just talk a little bit about that progression.
We knew we had a talented team coming back. Our goals, in the beginning of the year were to win the division and to beat Fitch, because it's been I don't know how many years. I don't want to really know how many years it's been, but it's been too long. And so we were able to accomplish one of those goals. But we know Fitch is as the old saying goes, throw the records out. And that couldn't be more true with the Fitch Falcons, man. They're well coached, they're fast, they're aggressive. It's at their place, and so it's going to be one heck of a challenge for us, man. But it's 1% better every day. We're not trying to run the table, do this, do that. It's just show up, have a good practice, show up the next day, and see what we can make of it. And it's gone pretty well so far.
So that's my last question for you. Our next game with you, we will have you on Thanksgiving morning against Fitch over there. And you're right, throw the records out. They're still playing for stuff. You're still playing for stuff. You got a little extra time. How do you prepare a little differently heading into a Thanksgiving Day game?
Yeah, well, with them especially, they run the triple option like we do. Theirs looks a little bit different, but you have to overhaul your whole defensive scheme. So that's the biggest challenge for us. Luckily we have these 2 weeks to do that, but that's the biggest challenge moving forward for them, is making sure we defend them soundly and not let our own offense beat us. So it's a tremendous challenge. They're really well coached. They're really, like I said, I can't say enough good things about their program. So it's gonna be one heck of a challenge, man.
Well, they are heading into the Thanksgiving Day game 8-1, looking for a postseason berth. Ledyard High School rolling. Coach, thank you very much.